Assalamu alaikum. 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kamal. First, the headlines. Pakistan has decided to apprise the World Bank about its serious concern over inauguration of Kishan Ganga hydropower project by India in violation of Indus Water Treaty. The completed section of Colonel Sher Khan to Katlang of Swat motorway will be inaugurated tomorrow. Leading US newspaper, the New York Times, has emphasized the urgency to settle the Kashmir dispute through a tripartite dialogue. Europe, China and Russia are expected to discuss a new deal with Iran in Vienna next week after US pull out from the 2015 nuclear deal. And now the news in detail. Pakistan has decided to apprise the top World Bank officials about its serious concern over inauguration of a Kishan Ganga hydropower project by India this week in violation of Indus Water Treaty. Talking to newsmen in Washington, Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Aizaz Ahmed Chaudhry, said a 4-member delegation led by Attorney General Ashtar Osaf Ali will hold talks with the World Bank officials on the issue in Washington tomorrow. Pakistan considers the Kishan Ganga hydropower project executed by India as a serious violation of the Indus Waters Treaty brokered by the World Bank in 1960. Aizaz Chaudhry said the World Bank is a guarantor of the international agreement, therefore it must intervene in the matter and fulfill its obligation. He said the dam has been constructed on the waters flowing into Pakistan that would seriously disrupt supplies vital for the country's agriculture. The power generation in the country is 20,000 megawatt and uninterrupted electricity is being supplied to domestic consumers due to surplus than demand generation. According to spokesperson of Power Division, the demand of electricity was 19,061 megawatt in the country and there was no shortfall. He said it was decided to provide electricity to industry is subjected to demand of domestic consumers and availability of surplus. Vice Chairman of Chinese Central Military Commission, General Zhang Yoshua, visited naval installations in Karachi today. He was warmly welcomed by Commander Karachi Rear Admiral Asif Khalik and a smartly turned out contingent presented Guard of Honor to him. General Zhang Yoshua said Pakistan is all-time friend of China. He lauded the professional skills of Pakistan Navy's soldiers and officers. A high-level delegation of Norinco Group of China led by its president, Mr. Gang Wen, called on Punjab Chief Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif in Lahore today. The delegation congratulated the Chief Minister on successful test run of Orange Line metro train project. The construction of 51-kilometer-long Colonel Sher Khan Katlang section of Swat motorway has been completed. Chief Minister Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Pervez Khattak will inaugurate the completed section of the motorway tomorrow. The remaining 30-kilometer-long portion of the motorway will be completed by the end of this year. The leading US newspaper, the New York Times, has suggested a tripartite dialogue on Kashmir issue involving Pakistan, India and Kashmiris. In its editorial, the Daily has emphasized the urgency to settle the Kashmir dispute, urging the United States to channelize its efforts to end the imbroglio. The editorial pointed out that the conflict has been the cause of 3 wars between Pakistan and India, while border skirmishes along the heavily armed line of control are common. A 2-day meeting of Security Council secretaries of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization begins in Beijing tomorrow. National Security Advisor Nasir Khan Janjua will represent Pakistan at the meeting. Chinese State Councillor and Minister of Public Security Zhao Kezi will chair the meeting. Officials from Europe, China and Russia will meet in Vienna next week to discuss the Iranian nuclear deal after US pull out from it. They are expected to discuss a new deal with Iran, offering it financial aid to curb its ballistic missile development. Saudi Air Defense Forces have intercepted 2 ballistic missiles targeting the city of Khamis Mashayat. The Saudi-led coalition spokesperson Colonel Turki al-Maliki said in Riyadh the missiles were fired by Houthi militias from Yemen. China has agreed to purchase of US agriculture and energy exports to help reduce the US trade deficit. China's Vice Premier Liu, who led a high-level Chinese delegation to Washington this week, said the two sides have agreed to avoid a trade war and stop increasing tariffs on each other. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.